Hey performers, welcome back to Danny Robertson Music, where we're here to help you become the performer that you are meant to be. I'm Danny Robertson. Thanks for joining me again this week. This week I wanted to talk about atmosphere. Atmosphere is an extremely important thing to do right on stage, and you create atmosphere in different ways. Part of it is with your music, part of it is with your visuals. And there's another part of it that I want you to stick around to the end because it's very important and most of you don't do it. Let's dive in quick and get started. The first way I want you to take a look at your atmosphere is obviously with your music. I want you to make sure of a couple of things. Things like, have you chosen the songs that make sense for this particular gig? Is it going to resonate with the audience the way that it needs to? Now, for example, you might go into a country bar and try to play rap music or heavy metal or progressive rock or even, God forbid, pop music. The trick here is simply to know what audience you're going to be performing in front of before you start performing. Try to choose music, whether it's original or cover music, that makes sense for the audience that you're performing in front of. That's your first step to building an atmosphere that creates trust between the performer and the members of the audience. Secondly, with your music, is it flowing properly? Are you going from high points to low points? Are you creating points where you're growing the energy level and then reducing the energy level in a way that makes sense? What I often see bands do wrong is that they just have no thought process in terms of how the energy flows. You do a bunch of high songs and then immediately after the last high song where everybody is having a great time, you do it with the slowest possible slow song that bores everyone to tears. Learn how to make that flow so that that high song is flowing into something that might have a little less energy, which then flows into a low song and then back up. And you want to make those ebbs and flows so that the audience follows along with you. Secondly, now let's talk about the visuals. The audience doesn't just experience your show from their ears. They experience it from their eyes, what they see. So things like stage lighting is important for a professional and exciting look, okay? You need to give them something that is equally as fun to look at as it is to hear. We talk a lot about how this is an aspect of the performer's triangle. The visual experience is as important, if not more important, than the auditory experience, the musical experience. Your audience is going to experience your show from multiple senses. They're going to hear it with their ears. They're going to see it with their eyes, even things that are out of your control, like maybe the bar that you're playing at smells terrible. That is part of the audience experience, and you need to be aware of that and try to control as much of that as you can so that you give your audience the best possible experience. So in terms of a visual experience, it means a lot of things. It means things like stage lighting and, those atmospheric effects to create the visual atmosphere, fog machines, dry ice machines, even things like pyrotechnics can be a part of the equation. It means those things, but it also means things like, are you dancing on stage? Do you have some level of stage presence? Do you even look like you're happy to be there? What is the visual experience that you are giving to your show? I encourage you to consider this from your audience's perspective. Think about how a fan would see your show and make some adjustments based on that. Learn to create your show based on what you think your audience is going to experience from you. And that brings me to my final point. Your audience can hear a great set of music, which is mixed perfectly and everything. They can also see a great visual experience with all the stage lighting. You might be dancing on stage. But there's one important thing that most performers almost neglect to even think about. It's almost like we don't know that it's part of the equation. Your audience wants to feel good about being at your show. How are you making that happen? Now, there's lots of things I can talk about with this, but basically you want to create a feeling of love and excitement or awe or fun or inclusiveness or maybe something like empowerment. You want your audience to feel good about being at your show. So you have to think about how you're creating that level of experience. If you'd like to dive deeper into learning how to do that, I'd suggest you jump into my Performer's Triangle course, which is at DannyRobertsonMusic.com. The Performer's Triangle is a set of lessons that helps you learn to maximize your abilities in terms of what you create in terms of your sound, what you create in terms of your visual experience, and how you create the best possible feeling in the experience for your audience. It's available to you at DannyRobertsonMusic.com as of right now for free. That might not be the case forever, so take advantage of it while you can, okay? So creating an atmosphere is really, really, really important in your live show, and you want to attack it from as many possible angles as you can to give your audience the best possible experience. So that's it for this week. I wish you the best of luck on creating that experience for your audience, and we'll see you soon. Take care.